Hi all, today we'll discuss Java 8 features and real-time interview question. So the first question is what all are the key features introduced in Java 8? So these all are the answers for the Java 8 key features. There are several key features are there. Lambda expressions, functional programming, functional interface like predicate, consumer, supplier and function. Stream API is processing collection in a fundamental way and optional to avoid the null pointer exception. Default is a static method and interface. Method reference, constructor reference, and then constructor collectors and parallel stream. The new datetime API, java.time package, and completable features, asynchronous programming. So completable features, new datetime API, collectors and parallel stream, method reference, constructor reference, default and static method, optional, stream API, functional interface, and lambda expression. These all are the Java 8 several key features. Now the next question is what is difference between map and flat map in Java 8 stream? So map is used to transform each element of a stream and return a stream of transform element. One to one mapping will be there. It's called map. Flat map means one to many mapping is used when each element can be mapped to multiple value. It's called flat map. So the example of this one is a example here. We are using map and flat map. So and this is the example of flat map. Now the next question is what is the functional interface and provide some example. So functional interface is an interface which exactly one abstract method will be there, that is called functional interface, but it have a multiple default and static method. It annotated with at the rate functional interface. So this is the examples where we have predicate functions, consumer, suppliers, built-in function. And for the custom function, we have a creator at the rate functional interface. There we have to create a custom function. Now the next question is what is difference between filter, map, and reduce in stream? So filter predicate first element based on the condition. Map is transform each object, each element, and reduce is used to reductions operations like sum, max, and all. So this is the examples where we can use filter, map, reduce, and all. Now the next is what is the purpose of optional in Java? So optional is used to handle null value. So to avoid the null pointer exceptions. So like that we will create a optional. Now the next question is explain the concept of default and static method interface. So default allow interface to have a method implementations and static allow defini- defining a static utility method in interface. Now the next question is what is difference between parallel stream and sequential stream? So the parallel stream is split the data into multiple thread is called parallel processing, and sequential means process element one by one in order. What is such completable features in Java 8? So completable features is asynchronous programming without blocking. So here are the examples where we can use completable features. Now the next question is how do you handle Java time package or datetime API? So Java introduced Java datetime package in util. So like that we can handle or use Java datetime API. Now the next question is how to remove duplicate from the list using Java 8. To remove the duplicate from the list, Here we have to use list.stream.distinct collect.collector.toList. So we have distinct method that we have to use list.stream.distinct collect collectors.toList. So the duplicate element will come. Now what is the collectors in Java 8? Collectors provide the method to collect the stream result. Now the next question is what is perform grouping using collectors? How to perform grouping using collectors? So we have a group by collectors dot group by that will be used to group the employee by department. So we have a map in this string list of employee group by department. So employee dot stream dot collect collectors dot group by employee method reference get department. Now what all are the key features introduced in Java? We already discussed. These all are the key features. Then what is difference between map and flat map? Already discussed. Then what is the use of optional class? Then what is functional interface in Java? So what all are the functional interface in Java? So Java have runnable, comparable, supplier, consumer, predicate functions are the. Now the next question is what is the purpose of Java time API already discussed. Then how do you handle the exception in a streaming pipeline? So by using try catch block, we have to create a custom utility method. We have to handle the optional. Through that, we have to handle the exceptions in the streaming. Now, what is the difference between each, and for each ordered in Java 8? For each perform actions on each element of a stream, but order is not guaranteed in parallel stream. But for each orders ensure that actions is performed in the encountered order of the stream, even a parallel stream. The next is what is Java 8 support concurrency with this streaming. So Java 8 support parallel processing using parallel stream method. This split the stream of multiple substreams. So process them concurrently and combine the result. That is called parallel stream. So some notes are there for parallel stream are not always faster, should be used judiciously, especially for a small dataset when operations are not in thread shape. Then what is the difference between predicate, consumer and function in Java? Predicate represent boolean value function it used for the filter. Consumers will have operation that accept single value input result no or no result, and functions will have a single argument and produce a result. Now the next is what is how do you implement caching in Java 8 features? So caching can be implemented using concurrent hash map and lambda expressions in Java 8. Now what are the advantages using a Steam API operation a Steam API over traditional loop? So readability, parallelism, lazy evolutions, and functional programming. So these all are the advantages using a Steam API over traditional loop. So readability provide declarative way to process the data parallelism, easily parallelized operations using parallel streams. And lazy evolution means string perform operations only when needed. And functional programming support functional style programming with map, filters, reduce and all. Now the next question is how do we handle stateful operations in Java? So stateful operations use sorted distinct depends on the state of other element in the stream. So these all are the operational can be less efficiently, especially in parallel streams are there required for synchronizations. The next is what is difference between limit and escape. So limit is used to truncate this stream at maximum of n, An escape is discard the first n element of the stream. So this is the example where we can use limit escapes and all. Now, how do you debug a stream pipeline in Java? So debug a stream pipeline in Java use the pick method, inspect element at each stage to the stream pipeline. So by using pick method, we will debugging with the system.out.println map then collect. Then what is the next questions? What are the best practice of using Java 8 features in production? So lambda expressions method reference improve reliability. Immutable object when we are working with a stream. Parallel stream is only necessary and after performance testing. Handle exception properly in a stream. Use optional to avoid the null pointer exception. So these all are the things we have to use while best practice in going for the Java 8 features in production code. Lambda expression, method reference, mutable object, parallel stream, handle exceptions, and optional for null pointer check. Null pointer exception check. Yeah, thank you.